In this video, we are going to discuss about the rectifiers. On the completion of this topic, students will be able to analyze different diode circuits, and also they can recognize what is half-wave rectifier, full-wave rectifier, and the bridge rectifier circuit, and they can explain the operation of these circuits. So let us see rectifiers. So here this is nothing but rectifier is the process of converting the alternating current into the direct current, so which we call it as rectification. So the device which we are using for changing this one, that is from alternate current to the direct current, we call it as the rectifier. And the rectifiers may be of various diodes, that is it can be a solid state diodes, vacuum tube diodes, or it can be a mercury arc balancer or any other components. Before this development of this silicon semiconductor rectifiers, this vacuum tubes and the copper oxide or selenium rectifiers that we are using along with. So this rectifiers, you can see the diagram, that is AC. We are converting this AC input, that is the current which is coming from the transformer is an alternating current, so that we call it as AC input. So if you are giving this AC input to the rectifier, we will be getting the pulsating DC output, since this rectifier converts this AC current to DC output. So in this rectifier, there are the two types, that is one is a half-wave rectifier, second one is the full-wave rectifier. In this full-wave rectifier, we have two types, one is center tap full-wave rectifier and the full-wave bridge rectifier. In the half-wave rectifier, you can see the diagram, that is it is AC power supply which we are giving from the transformer, so that this rectifier will enable, which converts this AC rectifier to DC. So for the rectification purpose, we are using a diode. Since this one is a half-wave rectifier, we are using one diode. So this wave propagates only in either in one direction, either it can propagate in the positive direction or can be propagated in the negative direction. So the working principles of the half-wave rectifier, you can see the input, that is here we are using the diode which we are using in series with the diode resistance, and this diode is conducting, so that if it is conducting, that it is forward bias, means we will be getting the positive cycle of the circuit, and if it is conducting in the negative, and if it is conducting in the reverse bias region, means then we will be getting the negative half cycle. So here we provide the output for only one half of the input cycle, either any one of the half cycle we will be getting the output. So the other half cycle, this input of this diode will be reversed, that is we call that is open circuit, and also the zero input is provided. And you can see the full wave rectifier. So the only difference between the half wave rectifier and the full wave rectifier is here we will be having the two diodes. So these two diodes will be propagating in the same direction. One diode will be kept in the forward bias, and the another diode too will be kept in the reverse direction. So here this AC supply which we are giving from the transformer is given to these diodes. So from the with this first diode we will be getting, if the diode is forward bias, means we will getting the waves in the positive direction, and if it is if the diode to D2 is reverse bias, means we will be getting the negative cycle. So based on these two diodes direction, that is either it can be forward bias or reverse bias, depending on the biased region, you will be getting the diode will be conducting the positive half cycle and negative half cycle. And full wave rectification, the working principle of this full wave rectifier is, here we are using the center tap wave rectifier, so that it uses only two diodes, but it has a center tap transformer, so that we can establish the input signal which is along the cross section of this transformer. So during this positive half cycle, you can see the primary D1, that is D1 transformer diode will be in the forward bias, so we can assume that it is a short circuit, and if it is D2 will be reverse bias, means if we are we can assume that it is an open circuit. So its advantages is what, that is half-wave rectifier is that it provides output for both the positive as negative half cycle. And the bridge rectifier, you can see that we are using the four diodes. So here D1 D2 is along the forward bias, and D2 D4 is along the reverse bias region. And we are here also we are supplying the AC supply to the transformer, so that we are based on these two diodes we will be getting the waves that it can be propagates in the either positive direction, positive half cycle, can propagate in the negative half cycle. So here this is the working principle of the bridge rectifier. So in this bridge rectifier, here we are using the four diodes, so which is used for the process of the rectification. And here these two diodes for each half cycle which you are conducting, either it can be in a forward diode. Here we are considering two diodes, while comparing with the full wave rectifier, there we have that's only two diodes. Here we are taking two diodes for half wave cycle, and the another two diodes for the negative cycle. That is, first two diodes will be propagating in the forward, if it is forward bias, means it conducts in the forward direction, that is we will be getting the positive cycle, and the other two diodes are reverse bias, then they won't be not conducting. So the first So the positive half of this input diode, that is we call that D2 and D4 are forward biased and it is conducting, and the next diode, that is D1 and D3, we can say it is non-conducting. So that is the second half. So here the negative half cycle will not conduct, that is if it is D1 and D3 is conducting, then D2 and D4 will not. So that is pressed in the reverse direction, and these are the parameters. So to find the ripple factor for this rectifier, we are calculating that is ripple factor formula is nothing but RMS value of the alternating component of the load current divided by the average value of the load current. So we write this equation as IRMS divided by IDC, which is nothing but VRMS by VDC. So we write this equation as RS equal to VRMS minus VD square the whole power 1 by 2 divided by VDC. Why we call this IRMS as RMS value of the total load voltage, and IDC is the average value of the load. And the rectification efficiency, so rectification efficiency is the ratio of the DC output power to the AC input power, which we call it as eta is equal to PDC divided by PI into 100%, which is nothing but IDC square into RL divided by I square RMS into RF plus RL into 100%. And to find the transformer utilization factor, we have to calculate the DC power which is applied to the load to the AC power that is rated to the transformer, which is nothing but PDC divided by PAC. So the transformer utilization factor is very low in the case of the half wave rectifier, which is nothing but 0.287, and in the case of the full wave rectifier it is 0.693, and in the case of bridge rectifier we are using 81.2% transformer utilization for the transformer. So here the number of diodes which we are using in the half wave rectifier is 1, and the center tap it is 2, and the bridge rectifier which is 4. Transformer necessary is no need in the case of half wave rectifier since it is very low, and the center point center tap it is yes, and bridge rectifier no. And maximum efficiency is up to 40.6% in the case of half wave rectifier and 81.2% in the case of center tap, and in the case of bridge type also 81.2%. And ripple factor is very low in the case of half wave rectifier, which is 0.48, and center tap it is 1.21, and in the bridge rectifier is also 1.21, and the RMS value of the output is nothing but V0 by 2, and center tap which is V0 by root 2, and bridge type which is V0 by root 2. And the merits and the demerits of this bridge rectifier are, this bridge rectifier does not require any transformer, and the peak inverse voltage which we call it as PIV is the half that of the full wave rectifier, and also it is more compact and cheaper. While comparing with the full wave rectifier, this transformer utilization factor of this bridge rectifier is 0.813 when compared with the full wave rectifier, since full wave rectifier is having 69.3% of transformer utilization factor. And the demerits are, this full wave rectifier uses 2 diodes, whereas this bridge rectifier uses 4 diodes, so that current flows in any 2 of the diodes in series, so large power is dissipated, so hence it is not suitable for the low voltage. And here this pulsating DC output of this rectifier we are giving as an input to this filter, that we call it as first input, AC input we are giving to the rectifier, it converts to the DC current. So this DC output is given to the filter. This filter will be contains the combination of both the inductance and the capacitance, but in the simplest form we can write this one as filter or a capacitor. So this capacitor will change this voltage and the resistance, and there is change in this current. So this property we can use as a filtering circuit for changing the voltage and the inductor to resist the change variation. And there are basically 4 types of filters. One is C filter, L filter, LC filter, and CLC filter. Applications of the rectifiers. So main application of this DC power from an AC supply is, that is virtually all electrons will be except the simple motor circuit such as we say it as fans, it requires DC supply, but the main power is AC, so that rectifiers finds use inside the power supplies, and also it is very virtually used in all electronic equipment. So this rectifier also we can use in the detection of the amplitude modulated radio signals, and this signal may or may not be amplified before detection. So but if it is unamplified means then there requires a low voltage drop, it can be used. So rectifiers can be used in the polarized voltage for the welding purposes. And quick questions on the rectifiers, that is the average DC voltage across the board is 0.43 V max, 0.53 max, 0.63 max, 0.73 max.